The Galactic Survey Guild prided itself on precision. For millennia, its explorers had charted stars, indexed worlds, and classified planets with scientific detachment. Habitable zones were measured, ecosystems cataloged, and dangers rated on the official Deathworld scale. A system that determined which planets were safe for colonization and which were best avoided entirely. On one routine survey, a Guild exploration probe sent back anomalous data from a blue and green planet orbiting a yellow star. The initial readings were troubling. Violent weather patterns, unstable tectonics, toxic flora, and fauna that leaned almost entirely toward predation. The AI calculated a preliminary rating, Class 14 Deathworld. The Guild had never documented one so high. Curious and disturbed, they dispatched a research fleet to investigate. Captain Rethayar, commander of the survey flagship Silent Horizon, hovered in orbit as streams of data poured in. Gravity, crushing compared to standard worlds. Radiation, levels unacceptable for unshielded life. Biological threats, constant, omnipresent. His mandibles clicked in disbelief. No sapient species could emerge here. This planet should be empty. But it wasn't. Sensors revealed sprawling cities, artificial satellites, and countless radio transmissions crisscrossing the atmosphere. The Class 14 Deathworld wasn't barren, it was thriving. Scholar Illith, the xenobiologist, studied the images with wide eyes. They call themselves humans. They aren't just surviving. They've dominated. The Guild's crew exchanged uneasy glances. To exist on a Deathworld was unthinkable. To build civilization on one, impossible. And yet here was proof. The fleet began covert observations. What they saw only deepened their alarm. Humans endured temperatures that boiled or froze Guild physiology within minutes. They scaled mountains where oxygen vanished. They dove into crushing ocean depths with nothing but metal shells. Their bodies healed from wounds that would have killed most sapiens. Illith spoke in hushed awe. They're designed by violence itself. Fragile-looking, yes, but endlessly adaptable. They fall, they break, and then they rise again. Captain Rethayar shifted uneasily. Adaptability is one thing, but why do they wage war on each other? The Guild watched footage of humans in combat, primitive by galactic standards, yet horrifying in its ferocity. Fire, steel, explosives, even their bare hands turned into weapons. Entire nations clashed, millions perishing, and yet the species persisted, rebuilding faster than it destroyed. One young officer whispered, "It is as though they train themselves against extinction, again and again." On the 5th day of orbit, the Guild attempted their first covert landing. A disguised drone touched down in the Amazon rainforest. Within minutes, its outer plating began to corrode from humidity, microbial assault, and acid-rich soil. Swarms of insects infiltrated its joints, chewing through insulation. Predators larger than the drone itself prowled nearby. The drone lasted less than 3 hours. And yet, not far away, humans lived in villages, hunting, farming, laughing, and thriving amid the same environment that had dismantled Guild technology. Scholar Illitha's voice quivered as she recorded the findings. The Deathworld is not hostile to them. It is their cradle. Reports flooded the Guild Council back home. Panic spread quickly. If humans could conquer a Class 14, what would they do upon reaching other worlds? Debates erupted. Some argued humanity must be contacted, studied, even befriended. Others demanded strict quarantine. This species was too dangerous to let loose upon the stars. One chilling conclusion united them all. Humanity was not a species to underestimate. Meanwhile, aboard Silent Horizon, the crew debated what they had learned. "Every ecosystem here kills," Rethayar said grimly. "Yet they bend it to their will. Animals that would slaughter us are their food. Poisons are their medicines. Even fire and lightning, they've tamed them." Illith added, "And they don't fear death. I've seen recordings. Humans throw themselves into danger to save others, even strangers. That combination of recklessness and empathy, I don't know if it makes them heroes or monsters." A junior officer muttered, "Maybe both." On the 12th day, the Guild fleet made a mistake. One of their cloaked observation craft malfunctioned, crashing into the Pacific Ocean. Before recovery teams could arrive, humans had already swarmed the site with ships, submarines, and aircraft. To the crew's horror, the humans salvaged parts of the craft, technology centuries beyond their own. But instead of being baffled, they began experimenting with it immediately. They learned too quickly, Rethiar hissed. Give them scraps, and they'll build an arsenal. The Guild ordered immediate withdrawal. As Silent Horizon broke orbit, Scholar Illith delivered her final report. This planet is unique in the galaxy. A Class 14 Deathworld is supposed to be uninhabitable, but here we found not only life, but dominance. Humanity is forged by relentless adversity, shaped by storms, predators, plagues, and disasters. They should not exist, yet they do. And worse, they dream. They look to the stars. She paused, her voice heavy. If they escape their world and spread across the galaxy, nothing will stop them. The Guild must decide. Will humanity be our greatest ally, or our doom? In orbit, Earth turned slowly below them. Blue oceans, green forests, endless storms raging across continents. Captain Rethiar gazed down, feeling something he had never felt toward any species before. Not contempt, not pity, but fear.